Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to do my blast cycle update. I haven't done it in about 2 weeks. And I know some people like to hear this because it might be something that you guys are considering doing or want to hear other people's perspective on what they're doing, what's working, what's not, etc. So I'll get right into it, which, first of all, I'm doing kind of a unique blast cycle now. And some people might not even consider it a blast, but I do, which is, it's just a cycle in general, which is, I started it with 400 testosterone and a little bit of nandrolone, but I ran out of nandrolone, so now I'm just running 400 testosterone. So I consider anything over 250 proper cycle. Under 250, it might be considered TRT, even though 250, might be in the super physiological range, but that's a whole nother video in itself. So 400 tests, it's well above super physiological testosterone cycle, and I'm doing pharmaceutical grade stuff. Okay, so I know it's a good source. So the first thing I want to mention is that I mentioned in my other videos as well is I'm not experiencing any estrogenic side effects. Ones that at least would want me to pull back the testosterone doses. Now, if I bump things up, if I titrated things up another 100 milligrams a week, that might be a whole nother story. I might run into high blood pressure, might run into other things. Probably not gynecomastia, but you never know. But at 400 tests, I found that it's actually maybe a good sweet spot for me. Although it would be very nice if I got blood work done now to determine if that's the case or not. But I'm not going to do blood work until I actually pull back and I go back to a TRT dose for a full month to make sure my doctor sees that my blood work is clean, right? So that the tests that they're prescribing, they're not going to dial that back, if that makes sense. Because right now I get like 2 huge vials every 3 months of like a shit ton of testosterone, more than I actually technically should be getting, and I would hate if they dialed that back. So anyway, test only cycle, 400 milligrams a week, working pretty darn good. It's doing the trick anyway. It's not like it's like out of this world. It's not like I'm blowing the hell up, you know what I mean? If anything, I've actually kind of lost weight, and I've maintained weight. I've maintained strength while losing body fat, you know what I mean? Which is a good thing. That's called recomping, essentially. So I've recomped. So that's nice. But the other great thing about it is, that I'm just going to mention, is that I find like when I am at the gym, I've got the reps there. The reps are there when I need them, okay? And again, it's nothing extraordinary. I'm not hitting PR maxes or anything like I was over a year ago. You can check out some of my shorts I made over a year ago when I was doing bench press maxes and things. I'm not hitting those by even close to it. But I'm at the point where it's actually, I'm happy with the results still. It's not like I feel like I'm by any means like weak at all, right? I feel like a strength more than I would be if I was natural. So, which is the whole point of taking compounds. Why take compounds if you're not going to gain any strength than what you wouldn't if you were natural? Now, an interesting kind of side note is, I was at the bar the other day, with my friend, because, long story short, we went and put his dog down, so he was kind of depressed, so we took him home and we went to his neighborhood bar just to, I only had like 2 beers there. But there's these guys there we met that were interesting characters. They're characters, okay, like you expect at a bar that's kind of like this anyway. So we're doing these arm wrestling fucking competitions. They were doing it first, like I did nothing part of it, and the one guys were like all boasting how strong they were ever. I'm like, okay, well, they're bigger than me. They're like over 6 feet tall. I'm only 5'11". So I'm like, okay, well, let's see what you got then, right? Fucking go up to them. I'm just like, okay, left hand. Nothing. It was like crushed them, all of them. And they're like, what the fuck? And like, because they don't even see me as like that. I'm not that overly bulky, big of a guy, and I never want to be. But the thing is, I was strong as fuck, right? And I think the key is because I do a lot of hammer curls, but as well because I'm on 400 mgs of testosterone right now. This probably has something to do with it, right? But anyway, I crushed these guys in arm wrestle, so that's kind of a, long story short, just a test to the testosterone doing its thing, right? Ideally, I would love to have Masteron on the stack, and ideally a touch of Nandrolone, because if you just add like 200 mgs of Nandrolone on like 400 mgs of milligrams of testosterone a week, it's not going to take your estradiol into ranges that aren't going to be good. There might be other side effects. There always is risks when you add other compounds, but the cumulative anabolic effect would have been out of this world. But in this sense, whatever, 400 mgs of test, that's a nice, it's not bad by any means. It's not bad at all. So that's that. Okay, let's talk about more of my gym performance and such. I do notice a better pump than normal. Okay, so when you're at the gym and say I'm repping out curls or I'm repping out tricep extensions, etc. I usually do that towards like the isolation movements towards the end, and I'm looking in the mirror. I do notice a considerably better pump, and I think that comes with the territory of doing androgens. So that's a nice effect, because I believe it's the pump that's actually, you're going to get better gains. It's like back in the day, Arnold and bodybuilders used to chase that pump. It was all about the pump for a good reason. First of all, it brings a lot of blood to the muscle and makes the muscle expand. And the more you expand the muscle, the bigger the muscle gets. Even though it might be temporary, because you go off for 2 weeks not at the gym, you're not going to get you're going to be a bit deflated. But here's the thing: it brings a lot of nutrients to the muscles, especially when you're doing androgens. The nutrients you are eating are nutrient partitioned to muscles, and then you have to pump, so all that nutrients is coming to the muscles, and that's great, right? And so that's going to be the major thing, which is it's the anabolic properties of the androgens as well as the nutrient partitioning, and the pump is just like a 1, 2, 3 cumulative effect on making your muscles bigger and stronger. Okay. The other thing, especially with the nutrient partitioning, like the calorie intake you take is going to be allocated towards your musculoskeletal system, and not your fat storage. So you're able to be a lot leaner, a lot more easier, if that makes sense. I found that myself in this cycle, where it's not like I was on a huge caloric surplus or anything, but it's not like also I'm not watching what I eat. I still eat a lot. I eat like big meals at night and things, and big lunches and things. But I feel like I didn't bloat out at all on this. And that's something to note, because testosterone can bloat you out quite a bit. But as well, it can also shred you out a bit, a lot, not just a bit, a lot. I think the whole bloating thing's a bit of testosterone is a bit exaggerated sometimes, and I think that comes with the excessive estrogenic blood serum concentration levels. So that's what I'm going to say. That's my steroid update, which is blast update, if you want to call it that, which is just 400. It's a cycle. Doing 400 tests is very much a cycle, very much so. So I only have about, how many weeks do I have left on this? Let me think. Maybe only 2 or 3 weeks left on this cycle. So I'll make the most of it. And I still got a lot of the prescription tests. The other thing I should mention is I have prescription tests and UGL tests. So I've been kind of adding a bit of UGL to like the stack. I've been stacking prescription with UGL. But I have so much prescription right now anyway, excess, that I might just from now on just stick to the prescription in this last little bit to kind of kick things up a notch, because I believe that the prescription testosterone is more potent. So I'll leave it there, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.